Hey there everyone, this is Seb and welcome to another vlog thingy, in which I will once again apologize for my absence. I am very sorry, but there is this dude called Murphy, and this year, whew, he doesn't seem to like me. Yeah, the last couple of weeks have been really crappy for me, and I am very sorry. Please believe me when I say I really intend to create some more videos again, and I will soon enough. But yeah, some things have kept me preoccupied and took me by surprise. Most importantly and most sad right away is that my grandmother passed away, and this process was rather quick and sudden. She actually visited me on my birthday on the 29th of October, and she was actually feeling fine then. However, as she was walking into the house, I was like, "Gran, are you feeling okay? Because you look a bit yellow." Now, most of you probably know that if you start to develop a skin tone in the shade of yellow, that's not great. Now, apparently she had that comment earlier in the week, and she didn't think much of it because, you know, being stubborn kind of runs in the family, I suppose. But yeah, we did urge her to go see a doctor at least, and she luckily did. Unluckily, it was already too late. She was in the hospital a day after that, and she quickly got more sick and developed a lot of pain. And yeah, there was cancer in the liver, and it had already spread throughout her body to other organs, and there was not much that could be done to it anymore. So that was very shocking. I can only imagine, especially to her, because she was actually starting to get more active. She was actually, she had some people in her house living there who were actually going to leave soon, and she was really looking forward to actually having her house to herself again and just enjoying the peace and quiet for once. So, you know, the last couple of weeks she was actually kind of living up, and then going from that to, well, if you're lucky you have a couple of weeks, that's harsh. That's super harsh, and I can't imagine what that's like. And it's very sad to see, and it's really something she never deserved, because she has always been so caring and just so mostly optimistic and just, well, basically cheerful. She was also always fun to have around and just have a laugh with. And yes, she really knew how to appreciate the little things in life. So it's very sad that she couldn't really enjoy the final years as well I would have granted her, but yeah, sometimes life decides otherwise. Now, I am very happy that in the end she did have she did find peace with it. She actually, in the end, she was having so much pain. She did ask herself to just, you know, have a peaceful passing. So, you know, a passive passing where they up the pain medication to such levels that you don't feel anything anymore and you just sleep all the time. And you just basically wait until the body gives up. So she decided that on Saturday and Sunday in the morning she passed away. So in that regard it was a rather peaceful passing. She also, up until the end, she was still joking about, and you know, just was very, very peaceful in that regard. Of course, it was a shock at first, but she quickly got to grips. I'm not sure how she did it, but yeah, for the family at least, that was, well, that made it a lot easier to see someone go like that. I also remember seeing my other grandmother go, and she went out fighting, being scared of death, and seeing that that was not very pleasant at all, and that made it all the more tougher to see someone go. So in that regard, I am very happy that she also made her choice herself. And I can totally see that choice as well, because as I said, she was always very caring for others. So it was also very hard for her to experience that she needed to be cared of. She couldn't go to the toilet herself in the end anymore, for example, which, you know, for someone who is used to taking care of others, that is very, very hard to accept. But as I said, in the end, she still was joking about, you know, with the nurses, so as she wasn't falling asleep yet, you know, joking with the nurses that they just wanted to keep taking care of her, apparently. And yeah, just small things. She has a Pogo account, pogo.com. I think that's owned by EA now. You know, I have a gaming channel, so I should talk about something gaming related, I suppose. But yeah, she has a pogo.com account, which she was always very proud of. So, you know, she made my mother promise to take care of that. And yeah, she does have a crazy account on there. I think she is kind of top ranked there in regards of points and badges and what else. So yeah, she was also a kind of a gamer. I remember her playing a mean game of Dr. Mario and playing columns on the Game Gear and such. But yeah, as you can imagine, I was very preoccupied with that whole process, of course, just wanting to be there for her. And now that she has passed away, there is of course a lot to do in an administrative sense, but also in the house itself. And we have a very, very small family. It's basically me, my mother, her brother, who actually came over from Spain, but he will be gone again soon because he lives there, and my cousin. So, you know, it's a very small family, and you know, you have to do a lot to arrange everything. Tomorrow there will be the cremation, tomorrow, November the 16th, which would have marked her 79th birthday. How ironic can you get? So yeah, that was a real downer, and that has been keeping me occupied, obviously. Something else that has been on my mind has been my own medical situation. Also because of that, I wasn't, at least in the start of the whole process, I wasn't fully able to be there for my grandmother, because I was very sick myself. As you know from previous videos, I had surgery on my arm to help alleviate some trouble in my wrist. And after the surgery, like a week after the surgery, I started noticing that something was wrong, but the doctors kept telling me that it was probably leg pain from the surgery, nothing to worry about. And you know, after 4 weeks the cast was supposed to get off, and they took an x-ray, and they came back to me and well, there might actually be a small problem here. And I will splice the x-ray in here so you can see that, yeah, indeed there is a problem there. So that was also a downer, but you know, another surgery, whatever, I thought. So I went in, got the surgery done, but as I woke up from the surgery, I immediately noticed there was a lot of pain in my wrist. And if you say that you experience some pain in the hospital after surgery, here's a small tip for you: never do that. Because they load you up with all kinds of crap. And I was tripping out of my mind there. It was crazy, and not the fun kind of crazy. It wasn't a bad trip. I mean, I've also done mushrooms in the past, so I know what tripping's like. But it was still very trippy and just not very pleasant, because I got very sick through all that medication. And just the whole experience, I stayed 2 days in the hospital, and then I was just done with the whole place, because I have never been so belittled, humiliated, and just not being heard. It was very frustrating over there. And you know, talk about bad bedside manners from some doctors, not all of them, especially not the nurses. They were all awesome, but some of those doctors, they just can walk straight down to hell. So as far as I'm concerned, they are the worst. Just some awful people there. Yeah, not happy with the treatment there at all. But yeah, that did leave me in pain, and that wasn't really, well, it was kind of acknowledged, but you know, it just brushed under the carpet. Well, just take your morphine pills. I don't want to take my morphine pills because they make me sick and nauseous. Well, then enjoy the pain. Well, thanks a lot. So, you know, it was kind of a balance act between being sick and having pain, and it didn't really work out. And the more I was just going into that healing process, the sicker I got. I lost like 5 kilograms in 2 weeks, which isn't healthy. Though I can take it. I mean, I've got my love handles, which could be less, so it's not a big problem. But you know, it's not healthy to notice that. Just very nauseous, very weak, and very, very little sleep. So yeah, the further I went, the less healthy I felt. So eventually, after I didn't really get far with the people in the hospital, I just went to my general practitioner, and you know, with him I came down with a new protocol for some medication to help with the pain, which doesn't make me sick, and also with something to help me sleep. Now, I already had some things to help me sleep, but you know, those did help me fall asleep. But if you wake up in like 1 hour, that doesn't help much. And I must say, once I took one of those and I slept 12 hours straight, once I woke up, I was like a new man. It was so refreshing, and I felt so much better after having nearly, well, I won't say no sleep, but like having 4 hours of sleep at most each night for over 3 weeks. Yeah, I was starting to really lose my mind over that, and really starting to get a lot of issues. So yeah, recharging the batteries like that was so refreshing, and that really helped me a lot. And I'm glad that happened during the whole process with my grandmother. So I do hope that my arm will be better again. Now, as I said, I still experience more pain in my wrist than I did before the first surgery even. So, you know, I'm not fully trusting it yet. However, you know, I can handle some pain. Now, I will miss all of the season of sports, which is kind of a bummer, but you know, whatever, it is what it is. And I will also splice in the after picture here. As you can see, the plate in the arm is kind of considerably bigger. So I also hope that chicks still dig the scars, because there is a nice giant cut across the entire arm almost. So, you know, it's nice. Although I'm not too bothered about it, honestly. But yeah, I do hope it will stick this time, and that actually the pain in the wrist will be better. But you know, that's still to be seen, because it will be still stiff for another month. Then I will be released, and well, it will probably be stiff for a lot longer after that, because, well, then it will be a bit over 3 months total that my arm has been locked, so yeah, that's quite a considerable time. Wait, not looking forward to that rehabilitation. Although on the other hand, I actually am, because yeah, I want to move on again, and I am hoping that actually some strengthening of the muscles around the wrist will actually alleviate the pain considerably, but and that there is actually nothing else that needs to be done. Yeah, that would be nice, because I'm kind of done with this arm being such a pain in the ass. But yeah, that's really what has been keeping me occupied in the last couple of weeks. I am very sorry, but I was just too sick to work on anything. I've mostly been laying in bed, being sick, literally, and occasionally just watching a movie, and sometimes go somewhere, but that was not great. But yeah, I'm very, very happy to feel much, much better now again. Which, you know, is kind of a double feeling, because at the same time you feel sad, but you feel physically better. But yeah, it does mean I will be able to work more on videos again, so it's probably going to be next week when things have settled down more for me again in regards of my grandmother. So I am very sorry, please be a bit more patient. But yeah, I also really like to thank you very much for just sticking with me, because I can imagine that you are getting fed up with these videos about me saying sorry all of the time. But yeah, it is what it is, can't do much of it. As I said, this dude Murphy, not my friend this year. But you know, I'll send him in a box of chocolates or something, and we'll make things right again. So please join me next time, as we will continue our exploration of ancient Greece. And until then, take care. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye for now.